Good morning, Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, and it is time for some Saturday coffee and baseball. And maybe lunchtime where you're at, but still 8:30 here on the West Coast. So in today's game, it's Game 7 of our 1921 New York Yankees payoff pitch replay. And the Yankees are looking to rebound from a disaster yesterday. They raced out to a 4-0 lead against the Athletics, only to give up 10 unearned runs as Carl Mays fell apart. So in today's game, they will send Waite Hoyt to the mound against veteran Eddie Rommel, and Eddie Rommel will be the subject of our seventh inning fun fact today and look to get back on the winning track. The Yankees enter this game with a record of 4-2, and their lineup will be the lineup that's been in place the first 6 games. Chick Fuster leading off at second base, Roger Peckinpah at short, Babe Ruth in left, Wally Pipp at first, Bob Musial in right, Ping Bodie in center, Aaron Ward at third, Wally Shang behind the plate, and as mentioned, Hoyt on the mound. For the hometown Athletics, Jimmy Dykes leads off at second, Whitey Witt in right, Joe Duggan at third, Frank Brazil at first, Tilly Walker in left, Cy Perkins behind the plate, Frank Welch in center, Chick Galloway at short, and again, Rommel will be the pitcher. And Rommel had the unpleasant distinction of leading the American League in losses in 1921 when he went 16-23 as Connie Mack's workhorse with a 3.94 ERA. So we are ready to go. And Dave from Baseball Demos has joined us at the ballpark. Yeah, Dave, this is definitely a fun set. Some very, very good offensive cards in this set for sure. And I don't know if you've seen Babe Ruth's card yet. It's absolutely insane. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this, especially if you're into older seasons. Very fun set, having a lot of fun so far. But we're ready to get underway as Rommel takes a hill, and he will face Chick Fuster to start it off. Here comes a pitch, and Fuster drives that into center field. A routine play out there for Frank Welch, and offense has been prevalent in the early innings this season. So good sign for Rommel to get the first batter, and that brings up Roger Peckinpah. And Peckinpah, that's going to be a patient result. 45 will be a base on balls. So just as I say that, the Yankees are in business with a base runner, and that brings up the Bambino. And Ruth came into yesterday's game slumping, finally went deep for the first time this season. And he's going to get another patient result. And Ruth, who also drew 3 walks in yesterday's game, has yet another. So just as I mentioned, no offense. Rommel on the ropes. Wally Pipp at the plate. And we're going to get a ballpark result. And at Shive, that's going to be wheelhouse. Pipp against the right-hander. Mighty cut. And Wally Pipp has gone deep for the second time in this replay. A 3-run blast over the right field wall. Peckinpah and Ruth coming in to score ahead of him, and the Yankees race off to a 3-0 lead. And I jinxed Eddie Rommel by saying he was off to a good start for getting the first batter. There we go. Bob Musial up, and Yankees up quick. Al, Red Sox fan, has joined us at the ballpark. Hello, Al, and hello, Tabby, watching with Dave from Baseball Demos. Another patient result for Rommel to Musial, and that's going to be a ground ball down to shortstop. So Rommel rebounds after the home run allowed to Pipp. And a nice play turned in by Chip Galloway. 2 down for Ping Bodie. Here comes a pitch, and that'll be an in-play result as Bodie grounds that down to first base, and scooping that up is Frank Brazil. He's going to go to the bag himself. Side is retired, but the Yankees, on only 1 hit, played 3 runs, and of course a mammoth 3-run blast by Wally Pipp to take a 3-0 lead as we head into the bottom of the first inning. And in real life, by the way, this game was won by the Athletics 11-4. So Waite Hoyt hoping to avoid a similar meltdown that Mays had, but right off the bat, we're going to go to the rare play chart. Nobody on base for Jimmy Dykes. And what do the baseball gods have in store for us? 28 and 28. Third baseman catches foul ball, falling into stands. Fan knocks ball loose. Replay at bat. So the Athletics take advantage of some home cooking, and Jimmy Dykes has a new life. Despite the protests of Aaron Ward, here comes a pitch, and that's going to be a patient result to Dykes. That'll be a ground ball down to shortstop. So Peckinpah retires Dykes, 1 down for Waite Hoyt. And brings up Waite Hoyt, the Athletics right fielder. Hoyt gets a sign, kicks, delivers, and that's going to be a tough result. Ground ball down to short, and Peckinpah, nice play in the hole, plants his feet, fires, and Witt nipped at first base, 2 down. And future Yankee Joe Duggan, the third baseman, steps in. Yet another in-play result, and Duggan's going to drive that into left field, a 2-out single. So the Athletics, glimmer of hope to get on the board here in the first inning, and that brings up the first baseman. And Frank Brazil is going to ground that to Peckinpah again, and Peckinpah will go the short way. So the shortstop is a busy man in the first. As the Athletics are set down, they leave 1. We're heading to the second, 3-0. Yankees in the lead. And this is how yesterday's game started, as Aaron Ward set to lead it off. And we're going to get another patient result, and Rommel living in that patient column early, 65, and he's going to come inside and catches Aaron Ward on the elbow, hit by pitch. So the Yankees leadoff runner on in the second, and the catcher Wally Shang. Shang, a former Athletic. Here comes a pitch, tough. 35, swing and a miss, and Wally Shang waves furiously at the dancing knuckleball of Eddie Rommel and goes down on strikes. That'll bring up Waite Hoyt. 2 on, he would have bunted. He did hit fairly respectable for a pitcher, 222, so they're going to let him swing away. And Hoyt's going to get the in-play result, and Hoyt comes through with a single to help his own cause. That is a hard grounder into left field. Runner on first will advance 2 bases. So at the corners, and Hoyt, Yankees pitchers have hit very well in this replay thus far, especially Carl Mays, and we're at the top of the order. Runners at the corners, Chick Fuster, the batter. It's going to be an in-play result to Fuster, and Fuster's going to deliver. That is a sharp line drive, drops in front of the left fielder. Runner on first goes to second, and Aaron Ward comes in to score run number 4 for the Yankees. So just like yesterday, the Yankees have vaulted to a 4-0 lead, and hopefully will hold it now as 1 down for Roger Peckinpah, 2 runners on, and Ruth, an ominous figure in the on-deck circle. 6 is going to be an in-play result, and Peckinpah, the hit parade continues. Line drive into center field, and the bases will be juiced as that was hit hard, unable to advance. So sacks are loaded for the Bambino, and what an epic moment if he could get his first grand slam of the year. Rommel kicks, delivers a knuckleball, and that's going to be a tough result. And Ruth, 72, he's going to come through with a single. And that's going to be a line drive into left field. Runners move up 1, and a chance to advance an extra base. In left field for the Athletics is, I should say, with an arm of 6 is Tilly Walker. And looking to score, Fuster with a 7. They're just going to play station to station. So Ruth comes up with the RBI. And the bases remain loaded for Wally Pipp. And Pipp, a big 3-run blast his first time up. Can he do it again? Yankees up 5-0. Still no action in the bullpen. Here comes a pitch, and tough result to Pipp, 61. And Wally Pipp is going to fly into left field, shallow, and unable to come in to score from third is Fuster. So 2 down, and Bob Musial, the batter, has Rommel looking to get out of a serious jam here in the second inning. Tough result to Musial, and Musial blown away by the fastball, locked him up. So 2 strikeouts, but in the interim surrendered 4 singles and a hit batter as the Yankees played 2. So we are through 1.5. Yankees off to a big 5-0 lead, but as we found out yesterday, that is no guarantee of anything as Hoyt set to face Tilly Walker. And he's going to get an in-play result from Walker. Ground ball down to second base, and for once, somebody besides Peckinpah makes a play as that's fielded by Fuster. 1 down to start the second. Brings up Cy Perkins. The Athletics catcher digs in, and an in-play result again. 47 is going to be a line drive to second base, and Fuster looks like he's going to be the man in the second inning getting all the action. He leaps up to snare that. 2 down on the nice play by Chick, and Hoyt looking to get out with a 3-up, 3-down inning. Comes into Frank Welch, and yet another in-play result, and that's going to be a ground ball down to Pip. Pip's going to take that himself, beats Welch to the bag, and in order go the Athletics in the second. We head to the top of the third. Yankees 5-0. So this game is starting very much like yesterday's did. Let's see now if Rommel will settle down. That's going to be an in-play result to Bodie, and Ping Bodie ground ball back to Rommel. The short toss to first, and 1 out to start the third for New York. Aaron Ward, the batter. Ward against right-handers, an impressive 326 in 1921. He was plunked and later scored his first time up. Patient result, and Ward, he's going to drive that right back up the middle for a 1-out single. So Rommel continues to struggle, and this is why he lost 23 games. The knuckleball is not dancing the way he wants it to. An in-play result to Wally Shang, and Shang pops that up into foul territory near the third base bag. Drifting over to pull that in is Duggan. So 2 down, and it's looking like Rommel might get out of the third without any further damage. As a pitcher, Waite Hoyt's up, and he singled his first time up. And 6 will be an in-play result as Hoyt grounds that down to shortstop. Charging in to take that, and going to first base is Galloway. So the Yankees get a hit. Strand 1. We are through 2.5. New York in control 5-0. And Chick Galloway set to lead it off for the Athletics. In the bottom of the third inning. Here we go. And it's going to be an in-play result from Hoyt. And ground ball right back to the pitcher, Hoyt. Nice stab of that. Flips it to Pip. 1 down, and Eddie Rommel comes up. Rommel struggling early in this one, see if he can ignite a rally to help his own cause. Instead, that's going to be a fly ball into left field, shallow, and Ruth comes in to take care of that. 2 down, back to the top of the order. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Jimmy Dykes, who grounded out to short his first time. A tough result, and Dykes swing and a miss. First strikeout of the game for Hoyt. So the Athletics go down in order in the third inning. We're through 3. It's 5-0. New York in a lead. And Chick Fuster, top of the order for the Yankees. Get to see Babe Ruth again this inning, and that's going to be an in-play result. And Fuster cues that off the end of the bat, and that's going to drop just over the second baseman's head. So Fuster, his second hit of the day, and Yankees in business again to start the fourth. Roger Peckinpah has walked and singled. He is 1 for 1. In-play result for Peckinpah, that's going to be a fly ball into shallow right field. Can of corn out there for Whitey Witt, and Ruth will come up 1 on, 1 out. And the Bambino has 1 RBI. He's walked and singled in this game. 5, ballpark, and that's going to be wheelhouse, left-handers. So against the right-handed pitcher, this is all but sure. Ruth, a big, mighty hack, and no doubt about that, the right fielder, Whitey Witt, does not even turn around. Ruth has gone deep, his second home run of the year, and the Yankees extend their lead to 7-0, a mammoth 2-run blast by the Babe. Coming in to score ahead of him is Fuster as the Yankees go up 7-0, and that is going to get some action going in the Athletics bullpen in the form of Raleigh Naylor. So this game playing out the exact opposite as it did in real life, where Hoyt was shelled, and this time it is Eddie Rommel taking a pounding. 1 down, nobody on for Wally Pip. And wheelhouse Pip, he's going to have his second of the day. Another no-doubt blast well over the right field wall, and Shive Park, a hitter's paradise. 3 home runs for the Yankees now, and Pip, who only hit 8 home runs in 1921, now has 3 early in this replay as the Yankees extend their lead to 8-0, and Rommel's got to get through at least 1 more batter before he can be relieved. And tough result, and thank goodness for Musial, who is 0 for 3 now as he goes down swinging yet again. Able to tattoo the knuckleball that has been flat for the most part today. Ping Bodie the batter. 2 down as Rommel looks to get out of the inning, and patient result to Bodie, and Bodie's going to cue that one off the end of the bat. Yet another single. So the hit parade continues, and Rommel facing Aaron Ward. Patient result again, and that's going to be a base on ball. So Rommel in all kinds of trouble, been unable to find the plate. And Connie Mack is leaving him in there to take a pound. He does not want to go to his bullpen. And we're going to have a defensive check with Wally Shang. That's going to be an error check on the shortstop. And Galloway for the Athletics has an error rating of 2. And he is going to boot that. That will be a 1-base error, and the bases are loaded. So the E6, and Rommel once again is taking a pounding out there. He'll stay in to face Hoyt, who is the 9th batter of the inning. Here comes a pitch, and Hoyt swing and a miss. So way out in front of that knuckleball that dips under the bat. Side is retired. That's definitely going to be it for Rommel. The Yankees come up with 3 runs on 4 hits, leave the bases loaded, and they have extended their lead to 8-0 as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning. So Rommel, we're going to close a book on him. He's going to end up going 4 innings. He gives up 10 hits, 8 runs, every one of them earned. Walks 3 and strikes out 4. And gives up 3 home runs. So not an impressive outing at all for Rommel. And Raleigh Naylor will replace him. So we're ready to go. Bottom of the 4th inning. The Athletics facing a huge hole to climb out of. And Hoyt in a great position. It's going to be an in-play result. 57 is going to be a ground ball down to 3rd base. And Aaron Ward retires Witt. 1 down to start the 4th. So checking in the chat real quick. Thank you for the comment on the rare play chart, Dave. And Anthony, just curious how you store your pop cards. Haven't found baggies to fit. I use rubber bands too. I also have, I need to get more of them. I'll show you the box real quick. So I've got this box too, and it actually fits them very nicely. However, I've got the 1969 set in here. So I need to get another one of these boxes for the 21 set. And you can score those at Office Max or places like that. And Babe is heating up. Dave Little, welcome to the ballpark. The Yankees off to a huge lead in this one. 1 down in the bottom of the 4th. Joe Duggan, the batter. And it's going to be a tough result. And Duggan, he's going to ground that down to shortstop. And Peckinpah, who recorded all 3 outs in the 1st inning, has another one here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 down as Waite Hoyt is cruising. In play result to Brazil, and fly ball into center field. Coming in hard to take that is Ping Bodie. Nice running catch. And the side is retired in order again in the 4th. So we head to the 5th inning. And the Yankees holding a commanding 8-0 lead. And patient result to Fuster, and Naylor, he does not start things off any better than his predecessor, as Fuster draws a base on balls to start the 5th. And already people are starting to filter from the ballpark here in Philadelphia. A defensive check to Peckinpah, and that's going to be an error check on the third baseman. And 94, Duggan's going to make that play easily. And that will not be a double play, as his only play charging in hard is to go to first base. Advancing to second is Fuster. So Ruth comes up with a runner in scoring position. Ruth finally off to Schneid. He is definitely heating up, as our Red Sox fan commented. A walk, a single, and a 2-run home run. He's driven in 3 in this game. And that's going to be another patient result and another walk. So Babe Ruth, the on-base machine, draws his second free pass, and that brings up an even bigger offensive star today. Wally Pipp, 2 for 3, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. And Naylor comes home, an in-play result to Pipp, and Wally Pipp finally is going to be retired, but he tattooed that ball, drove it right at the second baseman, Dykes, who made a nice snare. So 2 down now for Bob Musial, and Musial, he's off to a terrible start in this campaign, and 0 for 3 again today with 2 strikeouts. He actually leads the team in strikeouts. And an in-play result to Musial, that's going to be a ground ball down to short. And easy play for Galloway, who flips it to second. Side is retired. Yankees strand a couple after 2 walks. We head to the bottom of the 5th, halfway through this one, 8-0. New York comfortably in the lead. Utah Mike has also joined us at the ballpark, and he remembers that game yesterday. Definitely Yankees are getting their revenge. We have some prodigious broadcasters in the stands, too. Baseball Demos, Al Red Sox fan, Dave Little, and Sports Time Machine, Utah Mike. Check out all those great channels, and if you've not subbed to any of them, give them a sub. All do a great job with their game broadcasts. So Tilly Walker starting things off and trying to get some offense for the Athletics. That's going to be a harmless fly ball into left field. Babe Ruth, to his delight, barely has to move more than a couple of steps to haul that in. Cy Perkins, the batter. And tough, and Perkins, he's going to fight off a wicked slider, drive that into the outfield. So a 1-out single, and the Athletics have their first base runner since the first inning. 1 down, and tough. Frank Welch, swing and a miss. Hoyt bounces back, and 4 pitches, 3 strikes. Welch back to the dugout, rung up. Chit Galloway, the batter. 2 down, and an in-play result. That's going to be a ground ball down to Peckinpah, who's been a busy man today. He decides to go to first with this one, and Side is retired. So the A's get a hit, no runs, no errors, leave 1. We are through 5, 8-0 Yankees. Completing a very thorough mugging of Philadelphia in this bounce-back contest. It'll be an in-play result, and Bodie gets a hold of that and rips that right back through the box. A leadoff single to start the 6th. And Naylor is not much more successful than Rommel was at this point. Aaron Ward, the batter. 8's going to be a tough result, and Ward, 53, and Ward waves over the curveball. Spins around in the box, pounds the plate, heads back to the dugout. 1 down on the strikeout. Wally Shang up. And Shang's going to get an in-play result. That's going to be a fly ball into center field. Going back and camping under that just short of the track is Welch. Scampering back to first base goes Ping Bodie, and 2 down. Waite Hoyt, the batter. That means we will see Babe Ruth again in the 7th inning. 7's going to be an in-play result, and Hoyt rips that down to third base. Nice backhanded stop at the hot corner by Duggan, who plants and fires to first. So the leadoff single is stranded. We are through 5.5. New York 8, Philadelphia 0, and Raleigh Naylor. Connie Mack really has no choice. Doesn't want to deplete his bullpen, so Naylor's going to get the hit. I think Connie Mack has given this game up as a lost cause, and Naylor looks ridiculous up there. 3 straight pitches. He goes down swinging, flailing away, only hit .091 in 1921. Takes us back to the top of the order. Jimmy Dykes. And Dykes going to get a tough result. And Waite Hoyt has found the Special K magic. Second strikeout in a row. Second time Dykes has fanned in this game. Ring him up, Johnny. And that brings up Whitey Witt. 2 down, nobody on. Defensive check. And that's going to be good no matter what it is. That'll be an error check for Peckinpah. And 95, he's going to make that play easily. So another 3 up, 3 down for the Yankees. And Hoyt twirling a masterpiece, 2-hitter through 6. As we head to our 7th inning, and our score, New York 8 and Philadelphia 0. That's true. Paper cutouts in the stands at Shy. I'd almost see no seats. I've been watching as many games as possible, and I don't mind the crowd noise, but those paper cutouts actually kind of look creepy to me as we start the 7th inning. And Fuster will be the batter. Naylor, that's going to be a defensive check, and 57 could go either way. Be an error check on the third baseman, and Duggan, he is a 3, and he's going to commit the error. That'll be a one-base variety. So E5 to start the 7th. That is the second error of the day for the Athletics. 1921, of course, defense was not stellar, though better than many of the dead ball years. 7's going to be an in-play result, and Peckinpah gets a hold of that, rips that into the gap in left center field, and that is deep. One hops the wall, and coming around to score is going to be Fuster, an unearned run for Naylor as the Yankees approaching double figures now, up 9-0. And once again, the Bambino, who has not been retired today, 2 walks, a single, and a mammoth home run blast. Here comes the pitch, and in-play result, 65. And finally, they're going to get the Babe, who gets under that. And that is a fly ball into shallow left field. Going to be an easy routine play out there for Tilly Walker. 1 down for Wally Pipp. And the Pipster, 2 for 4. He has hit the ball hard every time, gone deep twice, and wheelhouse again for Pip, and this time a sharp single. Hit it solid right on the button. That's a line drive into center field, and runners hit so hard. Peckinpah, actually, he's going to try and score. Peckinpah is an 8, and in center field for the Athletics with an arm of 6 is Frank Welch. What the heck? You're going to try. Here comes the throw to the plate, and the slide, the tag, and he is gunned down. So getting greedy, that'll go as an 8-2 put out. Two away now for Bob Musial, who has struggled today. He's 0 for 4. He's the only Yankee that has not gotten on base, and that includes the pitcher. And it'll be an in-play result, and that string will continue as that's a ground ball down to third base, and Duggan makes a long throw across the diamond. So the Yankees, 2 hits, no 1 run, 1 error, and had 1 man thrown out at the plate. We are heading to the 7th inning stretch. New York up 9-0, and Keith White has joined us at the ballpark. Welcome, Keith. So we are going to our 7th inning fun fact, and today our fun fact is about Eddie Rommel, the unfortunate Philadelphia starter who is no longer with us as he only lasted 4 innings. So Rommel, 13 season career. He was actually considered by most the father of the modern knuckleball, and judging only by the grip, and of the top 28, I guess, legitimate or modern knuckleball pitchers. Rommel actually by some is considered the very best. He won 171 games in his career, which is a .590 winning percentage. And he's not in the Hall of Fame, but that puts him up there in the company of some greats who are, including Walter Johnson, who was .599, Herb Pennock, Warren Spahn, Mickey Welch, Bob Gibson, who was .591, and Amos Russi and Dazzy Vance, who both had lower winning percentages, .586 and .585 respectively for him. He did lead the American League in victories twice with a high of 27. And his he is part of an iconic moment in World Series history. In the 1929 series, the game in which the A's overcame an 8-0 deficit against the Cubs, Rommel actually relieved and was credited as the winning pitcher in that game. After his playing career was over, Rommel went on to umpire for 22 years, retiring after 1959, and generally got great praise as an umpire for his fairness and ability to get along with even the rowdiest of players and managers. He worked a total of 6 All-Star games and 2 World Series, and last fun fact, he umpired the very first game for the Baltimore Orioles after they moved to St. Louis. Or from St. Louis, I should say, sorry. So there you have it, our fun fact of Eddie Rommel, and we are ready to go, bottom of the 7th inning. Yankees in complete control. Hoyt has been masterful on the mound today, and that is going to continue as he goes after his future teammate. And Duggan, ring him up. Strike 3, high heat as he heads back to the dugout, 1 down. Frank Brazil, the batter, and Hoyt has gotten stronger as this game has gone on. Not that he was terrible at the beginning. That's going to be another tough result, and Frank Brazil waves fruitlessly at that slider, and he is down on strikes as well. So Hoyt in play result to Walker, and Walker at least gets contact, grounded to Peckinpah at short, and another easy 3-up, 3-down inning for Hoyt and the Yankees as we head to the top of the 8th, 9-0. I'd always heard it as Duggan, Keith. I could be wrong, but every time I've heard it mentioned on any videos or whatever, I've heard Duggan. So top of the 8th inning as Ping Bodie set to lead it off for the Yankees, and 7, that's going to be an in-play result, and Bodie, 36, will be a ground ball down to first base, so 3 unassisted, and that brings up Aaron Ward. Ward today is 1 for 2. He's walked, been hit by a pitch, and struck out, as well as singled. And an in-play result for Naylor, 51, and that'll be a ground ball down to first again. So busy man at first base this inning is Frank Brazil. Wally Shang up 2 down. And Shang gets the patient result, and 71 is going to be a base on balls as Shang, a very good disciplined hitter at the plate, takes that 4th one wide, and the pitcher spot, Waite Hoyt comes up. And Hoyt's going to get patient, and Hoyt's going to drive a single, his 2nd hit of the ball game. So line drive into left field. Runners advance 1. So just when you think the Athletics pitchers will have an easy inning, Waite Hoyt says, hold my beer, and top of the order, Chick Fuster, the batter. Wheelhouse, and Fuster's a big cut at that. Gets over the top of it, though, and that's going to be a hard ground ball to second base. Be an easy play there for Jimmy Dykes, and side is retired. As the Yankees put on a couple, leave 2. As we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, 9-0, Yankees in control. Cy Perkins, the batter. And there will be a pinch hitter, too, for the Athletics, and a new pitcher. If we get to the pitcher spot, I should say. So Perkins, the way Hoyt's been pitching, that is not a guarantee. And 80, that's going to be a fly ball into center field. So easy play out in center for Bodie, and 1 down. Frank Welch, the Athletics center fielder, steps up. Here comes a pitch, and that's going to be a tough result, and that's driven into left field, and Ruth going back near the foul line, hauls that in on the run. Huffing and puffing, gets the ball back in, 2 down for the shortstop, Chick Galloway. And we may not need our pinch hitter until the final inning. It's going to be another fly ball into center field. This time going back a little bit is Bodie, but still plenty of room to make the play. So 3 up, 3 down go the A's in the 8th. As we head to the top of the 9th inning, the Yankees firmly in control and showing no signs of collapse in this one. 9-0 is your score. And it's going to be Peckinpah, Ruth one more time, and Pip. And they have just been murdered today on Athletics pitching. And in play result to Peck, and that's going to be a ground ball down to shortstop. So Peckinpah, who doubled and drove in a run his last time up, is retired. Babe Ruth is 2 for 2 today, a single home run, 2 walks, and has only been retired once his last time up. And 8, that's going to be a tough result, and he's going to get retired here as a mighty hack, nothing but air. Ruth, as only he can do, makes a strikeout look good. 2 down, and Wally Pitt looking to add a little insurance still, and in play result, and Pip, who has been the offensive star of the game, a hard single into right field. And the Pipster is 4 for 6 now with 2 bombs, and that brings up Bob Musial. Last chance at redemption for the 0 for 5 Musial. Here comes a pitch, in play result, and no redemption today. That's going to be a soft ground ball down to second base. And going the short way to retire him is Dykes. So we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Yankees get a 2-out hit, but strand Pip. It is 9-0, and last chance for the Athletics. We will have a pinch hitter, and that will be Johnny Walker. All right, Johnny Walker trying to make an improbable comeback on level with the 1929 World Series with an even greater deficit. I'm not sure that's going to happen. Here we go. It's going to be a patient result, but Walker, 17, starts it off in good fashion as he gets a hold of that, drives it over the center fielder's head. By the time Bodie runs that down, Walker chugging around second into third with a leadoff triple. So hold on. I'm probably exaggerating. Still no concern at all on the face of Waite Hoyt as he gets set to face the top of the order, Jimmy Dykes, and that'll be an in-play result. But Dykes drives that right back up the middle, and we have our first run of the game as coming in to score is Walker, and the Athletics finally cracked the scoreboard, much to the sarcastic delight of the few fans that remain. It's 9-1. Whitey with the batter, and Hoyt bounces back with a strikeout. Swing and a miss at the high heat by Witt. 1 down. And Joe Duggan comes up. Duggan today is 1 for 3 with a single and a K. And that's going to be a defensive check. Error check on the pitcher. And Hoyt is a 2 and 73. And that is going to be an error. So that is a 2-base error as Hoyt throws that away. Going all the way over to third is Dykes. And first error of the game for the Yankees. And hold on, folks. It's not interesting yet, but it could get that way. Frank Brazil, the batter. 9's going to be an in-play result, and that's going to be a high fly ball into left field. Ruth coming in, and Dykes not going to challenge that arm. It's too shallow. 2 down now, and Tilly Walker. Last hope for the Athletics. Here comes the pitch. 3, it'll be an in-play result, and Walker beats that into the ground. It is right at the shortstop Peckinpah, and he's going to go the short way to second. Side is retired. So the Athletics make a little bit of noise here in the 9th, but in the end, it just didn't. Harmless run comes in to score as ball game is over. So Hoyt gave up as many hits in the 9th as he had in the previous 8 innings. Final line score. The Yankees 9 runs on 15 hits, 1 error. The Athletics 1 run on 4 hits, 2 errors. The star of the game gets the game ball for the Yankees is Wally Pipp, and Pipp went 4 for 6 today, had 2 home runs, 2 runs scored, 4 RBIs. Giving him a run for his money was Ruth. Ruth went 2 for 4 with 2 walks, a single, a 2-run blast, 3 ribbies, 2 runs scored, and a strikeout as Hoyt goes the distance. And Hoyt will get the win in this one. Let's do a quick update on Babe Ruth's stats before we let you go here. So Hoyt moves to 2-0 with the victory. a complete game gem. And Ruth today. Now, the Babe came into the game hitting only 222. He did have a 440 on base percentage because of the high number of walks that he draws. 2 hits today will definitely help his cause. Two walks and a strikeout. All right, so here are Ruth's figures through 7 games. Currently, Ruth has now bumped his batting average up to 273, a 484 on-base percentage. He's 6 for 22, 6 runs scored, 6 ribbies, a double, 2 home runs, 9 walks, and 5 strikeouts. So I want to thank everyone for joining us. And Robert, RJL, check out that great channel as well. Missed you coming in late, my friend. Welcome. A definite beatdown for the Yankees, who reversed fortune of the real-life result of this game, which was an 11-4 Athletics win. So thanks to everyone again who joined us. And again, all these guys in the chat have great channels. Check them out. Dave Baseball Demos, Al Red Sox fan. Dave Little. Utah Mike at Sports Time Machine. Keith White, thanks for stopping in. And, of course, RJL 518. And, guys, give RJL a sub. He's building his channel up, does a great job calling payoff pitch games. So we will yeah, you've got to get another Cardinal game ready, Robert. And Dave Little throwing a little bit of the stick back to Robert for showing up late in the 9th inning, which, of course, is a trademark of Dave's for his broadcast. So, hey, appreciate you all stopping by, guys. Hope you have a great Saturday. If you don't mind, hit that like button on your way out of the stadium, and we will be back later. I think next up on the channel, we're going to get back to some boxing. And here is our next challenger for Peter Jackson's lineal heavyweight champion. Peter Maher, a tough brawler from Ireland. As you can see, had an incredible number of fights for a heavyweight, a total of 160 heavyweight bouts. Unfortunately, though, 4-star fighter, not going to be much of a challenge for Jackson, but he does have that power in his hands, so strange things have happened before. Could again. So hope you all have a great day. This is Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, and until next time, keep rolling for the fences, guys. We'll see you. Have a great weekend.